Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy YouTube Blue coming back at you again, and it's always something going on with the Dallas Cowboys. And I know this off season is, we didn't end the season the way we wanted to, but it is what it is. It's the off season now. We have free agency going on, starting in March. It's a lot of guys out there, and I know that most of the teams and stuff like that, they are going to take their guys and they're going to keep the great ones. So you know that there's going to be people that we think are going to go to free agency that are not, like primarily D-Law, but we already know the situation with that. They're going to franchise tag him for now, but I'm pretty sure that they're going to be working on the contract because Jerry Jones said, hey, he deserves his money, he's going to get it. And I think that they just locked him up right now. Well, they plan on doing it now so he doesn't go to free agency. But in the background, there's talks going on. They got a lot of guys they need to sign, you guys. So, it's a lot of decisions to be made. And one I'm going to talk about right now is a no-brainer, and that's Terrance Williams. The Cowboys are not picking up his option, so he's going to be a unrestricted free agent. No-brainer there. We knew that was going to happen based on how things went last offseason when, he got into that stuff. And so he originally signed a 4-year contract after his rookie deal in 2017. He was due this coming season about $3.5 million, and if he was still on the roster the next year for 2020, he would have got $4 million for that year. But they're not going to kick the tires on that. They're just going to part ways with him. I know a lot of you guys are excited about that because you guys already explained in comments in past videos basically saying, why is Terrance Williams still on this team? Why is he still here? Why is he wasting up salary cap space? So I'm pretty sure the Cowboys are going to save a couple of $1 million on that, being yet they're not going to sign him. He only played 3 games last season. He was on IR the rest of it, and during him being on IR, he was suspended for 3 games anyway for violating the substance abuse policy in the offseason for his intoxication incident. You guys already know. I don't even need to go into it. You guys already know the situation. I know everybody's seen the video. Looking at the video from the cops' perspective, because I saw that one actually recently from last season, and it was interesting seeing that one because seeing him talk to Terrance Williams, and you could clearly see that Terrance Williams was drunk out of his mind. He didn't know what was going on. He was saying all types of crazy things. Even to this day, I don't even know exactly what happened that day. The world may never know. But, to each his own, it is what it is. I don't hate Terrance Williams. I actually really liked him. Just his stats for his season, I'm going to read them off right quick, since he's been with the Cowboys. So he finishes his Cowboys career after 6 seasons, playing 83 games, 68 starts. He totaled 232 catches. Yeah, 232 catches for 3,377 yards and 20 touchdowns. Like I said, I know a lot of you guys are glad that he's gone. Me personally, I understand. I completely understand why. Because, again, and I'm going to speak on that in a second, too, because we have other guys that are emerging on this team that definitely can take that spot, no problem. But with Terrance Williams, he did have a lot of bonehead plays. He had that one play that everybody remembers when he was supposed to go out of bounds, and Dez was telling him, hey, go out of bounds. We ended up losing that game because he didn't go out of bounds. Like, in his mind, he thought that he was going to get more yards, try to get the first down. But, those quick decisions and things like that. But you can't make bonehead mistakes like that. But, again, every player makes mistakes. Nobody's perfect. But one thing I did like about Terrance Williams is outside of his, well, I would say as far as catching, his elusiveness. Like, everybody criticized him on being a body catcher. I liked him because I'm always a person that I look at it like this. I don't give a damn how you catch the ball. Just catch the ball. I don't care if you catch it with your feet. Catch the ball. Secure it. As long as you're not fumbling. And yeah, he did have some fumbles. He did do that. And I remember one very specifically. It was like a 50-yard run after catch. where he was coming across the field, coming up the left sideline, and he got like to the, I think the 15-yard line, and somebody knocked the ball out of his hand. He fumbled, and I was like, oh my God! Like we did all that, got all them yards, and then the ball's getting turned over. Now those type of things really irritate you. And I understand a lot of people, you know, they look at those things, they look at the negative, and they're like, look, I don't want nothing to do with Terrance Williams no more. I'm done with him. Let him go. Let him be. It is what it is. But me personally, like, you know, I'm not gonna be too sad that he's gone. But I look at it like this: I did appreciate him. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it doesn't matter to me one way if he's here or not. But I did appreciate him being on this team. I liked him. I liked the kid. You know, one thing that you know, when Tony Romo was the quarterback, primarily with Romo, he was one of the guys that, like, when the play broke down and Romo was doing his Romo magic and running around the pocket and things of that nature, Terrance Williams was able to basically extend the drive and keep going on his route and moving around to get open for Romo to give him the ball. He was good with that. They had that really good chemistry. Now, him and Dak, like, they were working on some type of chemistry, but again, it never maturated because they didn't really play a whole lot together. Now, with what I did like about Terrance is the fact that even when he didn't have the ball in his hand, a lot of those plays in 2016 when Zeke Elliott was getting long runs and Dez Bryant was getting run after catches, and Cole Beasley was getting run after catches, Terrance Williams was always there helping with the blocking, you know, on that second level, and, you know, getting those guys and squaring up on those guys and blocking them off and getting his other receivers some good yardage. Now, like I said, I'm not going to issue on Terrance Williams. I know a lot of you may, which is cool. I'm not hating you for it, but you know, I wish him well. He'll probably end up on another team that's really desperate for wide receivers or anything like that. It'd be interesting to see where he does go, and for whatever reason, if he doesn't get into the league, he can always go to the what is it, the AAF or whatever the hell that is, the American Alliance Allegiance something crap football, yeah, but whatever. Like, he could go to that. And I think that with the emergence of that league, if that league does well, it can grow to be basically like a D league, like a developmental league for people that are trying to make it to the pros. I think that league would actually be good because, you know, we kind of really wouldn't have an off season because you have the NFL during the fall, and then you turn right back around and watch that league right after the season is over. So, you know, I'm all for it. But, you know, especially for helping players get back on their feet, you know, via they messed up or they just teams didn't give them a chance. But yeah, that's pretty much with Terrance Williams. Now, if we look at what we have with free agency now, that opens things up for other wide receivers. So you have maybe they make a contract for Cole Beasley. Maybe they figure out how to get him back on this roster to keep Cole Beasley, because again, you're going to need somebody in that slot. Again, they can always draft, but is there a plentiful amount of wide receivers as a draft? There's a few. You know, you got Isabella out there, you got Debo, but I think that if you're going to look for a solid slot, you're either probably going to go in free agency or you're going to keep some of the people that you have. With Allen Hurns, is questionable because we don't know where he is right now or how well he's going to progress from his injury in the playoff game, in the Seattle game, going forward to for training camp. But I think that it'd be wise to maybe have that conversation with Cole Beasley and maybe bring him back now. With the emergence of Michael Gallup, I'm loving what I'm seeing with Michael Gallup. Michael Gallup is doing the damn thing right now. And, you know, his chemistry with Dak is superb. And, of course, we got our number one with Amari, but you want to make sure that you have the right people in the right places because, again, I think that if we're going to go get another slot player, get somebody that's a little taller than Cole Beasley, so there's no excuses for Dak not being able to see him. So yeah, that's just where I'm at with that. You know, like I said, sorry for, you know, Terrance Williams, but I wish him luck. And even with free agency, if we're talking about free agency, we'll see what happens to D-Law. We know that he's going to be on this team. We do know that. But what we don't know is whether they're just going to go ahead and franchise tag him, then give him a contract later, or maybe they'll figure out something before March 16th. We don't know. I know a lot of you guys want Earl Thomas on this team, but look at it like this. Earl Thomas wants more than $10 million, and I don't know if the Cowboys are willing to shell that out. And I don't think he's going to be willing to get a hometown discount either. So just look at it like that. And there's other teams looking at him too. The Packers might want him. There's other teams that need free safeties, you know, that may want him. So that's just with that. Now we'll see what happens. I think this free agency is going to be really interesting, just to see what the Cowboys do with the lack thereof. I'm thinking about doing a live stream on Wednesday night on outside free agents, because my last live stream was on our current free agents. So I'll probably do one on talking about outside free agents that we could probably get on this team. Maybe some of you guys got some guys on your wish list, but we can have that conversation. But that's all I got for right now, you guys. Thanks again to all my subscribers. I appreciate all your support. If you're not a subscriber, I don't know where you've been at, but go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Make love to that bell. And it's your boy E2 Blue, always keeping it real. I'll talk to y'all soon. Have a great evening.